Hello and welcome to Trigger Warning. We're back again. On tonight's show, we're going to be talking about the Donald. We're going to be talking about what can you share when you're at work, and also about really bizarre manslaughter charges, along with a couple of snippets and anything you'd like to talk about. You can get in touch using the information below. It's up there for the whole show, so make sure you do that. So I guess all I can say now to get things going is Cherry, fuck you too, and Graham, bring on the Duke.
It's time for Trigger Warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake! Triggerwarning.tv.
Oh, I've been looking forward to this week. We're going to start off tonight's extravaganza of old man shouting at clouds with some snippets that I didn't tell young Alex we were going to do. So I'm sure he'll find this tremendously exciting. The first one, quick story, is something that popped up today, regards Twitter. It would appear that Twitter have got a new policy to protect us, to protect our feels, and protect the world at large. Because, as we know, tall Tyrion Lannister that runs Twitter, whilst eating kale and cress and doing yoga on a mountain, drinking purified urine, whatever it is he does, cares about us. The latest idea is that they want to start putting labels on abusive tweets from politicians. This will limit also how many people see the tweet, so it's not going to be in the algorithm as much, and then there'll be a warning that this could be offensive. I have to wonder which politician it will be who cops for most of these labels. Yes, I'm thinking it will be him. Purely by coincidence, of course. This one was rolled out, this new policy was rolled out one day after the Donald there accused Twitter of censoring him. So I guess Twitter had you hold my beer. But you know this is going nowhere good, don't you? Really, come on. Another quick one is it's about people that want to have their cake and eat it, I suppose. Here in the UK, head teachers somehow came together, probably at the most depressingly terrible conference you could ever imagine, and have decided that parents should be stopped from withdrawing their children from religious education lessons that are over Islam. They're saying people don't want their kids going to mosques, and they're just pulling them out because religious education is not compulsory in this country. So if you don't want your child to be religiously educated, you can just take them out of those lessons and they can do something more useful. Like, I don't know, eating glue and paint and shit. Anything's more useful than a religious education. But it's being cast purely as Islamophobia, of course. Now, Imam Atta, who is the director of Tell Mama, which is an activist group here in the UK that records and measures anti-Muslim incidents. Imam Atta agrees. It's wrong, we need to be more inclusive, we need to be together. Children shouldn't be prevented of learning about Islam, shouldn't be prevented of learning about this, that. Well, actually, you just said Islam or she, I don't know what that is. I'm imagining it's a he. We've got to be more inclusive. I'm wondering, because I did a quick Google search, and I couldn't find anything, but here in the UK, many parents in Birmingham, predominantly Asian. If you're American watching this, I don't mean Chinese or Japanese. I mean from from Pakistani origin, Muslim people, have been campaigning outside schools to stop their children learning about different sexualities, homosexuality, things like that. I couldn't find anything with Imam Atta saying, no, you shouldn't take your children out of these lessons because we need to be more inclusive. We need to learn more about different cultures, different things. So it would appear that people do want their cake and eat it. What a fucking surprise. Imagine my surprise at discovering There would be such hypocrisy. Personally, my son has not done much in the way of religious education. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I guess we'll see what it is they try and educate or indoctrinate him on. Are you going for a cough, Cherry? Cherry's going for a cough.
Oh, dear.
He's got the pleurisy. It's very warm in here tonight as well, isn't it? It's shockingly warm. At least it's not like the podcast. One fly in my house. One fly came in my house, and for the entire podcast, just wanted to sit there. After we'd finished, and I was still at the computer, nothing. We didn't release the podcast.
Ooh, no, we didn't.
Before the show, Graham wasn't interested in me. It was just doing the circle of the lights, you know, like they do, because they're fucking idiots.
Yep.
But for the show, when the camera went on...
It's another problem with the podcast video now. We can't be sat there in our underwear.
No, I miss the old podcast days of sitting there mostly naked.
And being able to mute whilst the other person's having a little rant. Muting it and just sitting back with a donut.
I miss those days. We'll have to get back to them. Of course, we've got Graham and Cherry. I've not said hello, guys. How you doing, Graham? You all right, Pickle?
Yeah, good, man. Great.
Doing good?
Really, really good. Yeah.
It's good to hear.
I'm excited.
How about you, Cherry? How are you?
Sound?
Very red today.
I know. I've been out in the sun today.
Oh,
I know.
Has been very sunny.
I know. Tell me about it. I'm burning.
I've been mostly sat in the house. I did venture out into the garden. Too warm.
There's a heat wave coming, isn't there?
Yes, apparently we've got a 2-day heat wave coming, so naturally the UK government said you're all going to die.
We're just freaking out.
And all it means in Manchester is everyone will immediately disrobe.
Yeah.
Men will be walking around the colour of that bottle top by mid-afternoon. And, you know, the Gorton national dress won't change. It'll still be leggings and flip-flops. But with a crop top to show off a belly bigger and hairier than mine, and that's the ladies. That's what happens here. The first hint of sun, everyone gets undressed.
We don't know what to do, do we? Like, countries where it's sunny all the time, people don't go out in the sun. There's shade everywhere. They don't...
Oh, here, pub.
Like, just sat in the grass with a load of cider.
Not wrong with that.
I'm so hot!
No, but there is something wrong with that, though. It's really, really bad for you. It makes you sick. Speaking of flip-flops, my little girl demanded some in the shop the other day. She saw some and was like, "Oh, Daddy, I want them." And they're driving me mad. Like, a 10-minute walk, she will take them off and put them on 50 times. Just stop it.
Crocs and socks.
That's
the way forward.
I'm going to ban them.
That's what I should wear for this. I need to buy some Crocs. Crocs and socks.
We're all I come in little shorts sometimes, don't we? No one knows.
We'll have to get trigger warning Crocs. Let's have a look who we got in chat tonight. Got Smoke Steve. Hope you're happy today, dude. You played a big part in this being back at 10 o'clock UK time tonight. We're so shit at being a media empire, aren't we? We felt so bad that you had to watch it on your way home in the car. Let's just move it back this week and just see how we do.
He did say earlier on in the chat that he's opening a beer and packing a bowl. So he's very happy.
Oh, man. Alan says, what, no podcast? Shameful. It is. I have been distracted today. Robert says, Interface Inc. by WhenHub is another way of defunding those big tech free speech censors, among other things. I don't know much about that, I'll be honest with you. Kenny Ballbag. What did he say his wife's name was?
Can't remember.
Betty Ballbag.
Betty Ballbag. Is he the one that put this on in a hotel or something? He was
Mr. and Mrs. Ballbag.
He was casting it to everyone in there.
Oh, that was Tez, wasn't it?
Was it Tez?
That was our Tez.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
Alan says, well, you did one in your pants, Hayden, a year ago in your bedroom. That was odd but fun. That was only for a select few people. It was them special pants as well, wasn't it? Susan's in. Hello, Susan. And quite other people have fallen off the screen. I'm sorry. Oh, Carl's in. Hello, Carl. Hope you're doing well, sir. If this is your first time watching, enjoy. Do go to triggerwarning.tv, sign up, join the social media platform we got there, the integrated forums, and everything else that's coming. And we may talk a little bit about this later. We've been talking a lot about what we need to do with Trigger Warning, and now it's time to step up. We need to get people away from global platforms, divorce ourselves from this idea Our content, your content, our content is only of value if millions of people give it a fucking thumbs up that means nothing. And people having their own properties and their own patch of land, to do something with. We need to get back to that. So that's something we're going to be working on quite a lot. Carl's Agent 47 on Twitter. I do recognise that username.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, that's nice. Nice when you see a familiar name.
Speaking of that, Private Hudson wants to know if it's going to be streamed back on Live Leak again.
It is, but there's a whole thing to sort out there. But as soon as it's back, we're back. I've missed Troll Central. We'll be back to 5 viewers. We'll lose about 1,000 viewers. Shit happens. What can you do? Right, we'll come back and chat to you guys in a minute. Remember, you can email in. It's live@triggerwarning.tv. You can also Skype him, which is the same Addy on Skype, live@triggerwarning.tv. If you do Skype in, it'd be lovely to talk to you. If we don't pick up straight away, we will call you back. Cherry will have a wee chat with you on the Skype text there, and we will call you back and get you on the show and get you on the air. Right, we better crack on. It's 1:15. Got to be pro about these things.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Alex? Reddit! That's right, Reddit. The front page of the internet. A site that, at the same time, I don't understand and enjoy greatly. Although I do understand it more than 4chan, which confuses the shit out of me and has done since its inception. Reddit have quarantined the Donald. The subreddit, the Donald, is a massively popular subreddit. They claim some 750,000 plus followers on there, which is predominantly supportive of Donald Trump, hence the Donald. But Reddit have quarantined it. And what quarantine means is, if you're not into the whole Reddit thing, it won't appear in the search anymore. If you go to Reddit and search for the... In fact, Graham, you went to Reddit just before, didn't you?
Yes.
And what came up when you searched for the Donald?
It was the BBC, it was the Verge, it was it was Vox, and it was articles.
But on Reddit itself.
Oh, on Reddit itself, r/socialism.
r/socialism.
Yeah.
They've nailed that.
And it was literally a post saying we need to get this banned from Reddit. That was it. Yeah, that front page.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Now, if you do go to it, there's a warning you have to click on before you can see it. So basically, it's buried. It's buried, and I'm imagining this probably won't end well for the Donald. I mean, I know they've done this to loads of subreddits. What was that? There was a Gore one. I never went. I was told about Watch People Die. They bent over backwards to say, we're just showing this media, and it was fine for years. Then all of a sudden, it wasn't fine, and they got shafted. By sheer coincidence, this happened after an article from one of the more leftist publications was released pointing out the enthusiastic support on the Donald for the recent Project Veritas report on the bias of the media and websites against conservatives. Now, there's been a widespread attempt to remove that report from various platforms. Fortunately, I've not heard back from the chap I wanted to mention about this, but I do know that big hitters have been approaching smaller platforms saying, take that off. Take that off. And some have fought back, some haven't been able to. By big hitters, I mean like Instagram and Facebook, saying, take that down. And giving it a load of, the legals. Giving it the legals, even though there's no legal precedent to doing so. Can't slander a company, especially when it's true. But they've been going around telling people to remove things. The media has been silent on this whole thing. They've not mentioned it. In fact, The Guardian, when they did a story, I believe it was today, on the Donald, they said that the sort of people that use the Donald, complain of bias against conservatives, of which there is no evidence whatsoever. The Guardian said there's no evidence whatsoever apart from all the evidence. It's been whitewashed. It's been erased. Now, Reddit claim it was quarantined because of threats towards police officers over something that's going on in Ohio, where I think it's Ohio Republican representatives there just have left the state, so they didn't have to vote on something they didn't want to vote for, so they've been compelled to come back by the police, which apparently, I've looked in, is completely legal. They can be compelled to return. But people were getting excited, saying, get your guns, guys, it's time to have a fucking revolution. You know what people do on the internet while sat in their chair, probably incapable of standing up due to their obesity and diabetes. Okay? But it doesn't matter, they're just talking on the Donald. They're not going to go and have a revolution, they're just talking. Yeah, but fill your ammo boxes, guys. That's a threat to police officers. But the mods were removing stuff. They were doing their best. And this subreddit was massively popular. They had thousands upon thousands upon thousands of posts, yet the entire subreddit gets slammed for the few comments that were pointed out in certain articles. It seems very harsh. It seems kind of odd, and it seems very much to me this has happened because the conservative voice. And remember, I am a liberal. I'm a proud liberal. I'm not a leftist. That's why leftists hate it when I say I'm a liberal. But I am. And if it were all up to me, everyone would have a voice no matter what, regardless of the platform. But it's never just up to me. That's because the platform would be dead if it was just up to me. Because I that's what I believe personally. It's something I'm passionate about. But as a liberal, I must speak out for the conservatives. Because I am a liberal, not a leftist. And they are being silenced. It is fucking ridiculous what's happening to the conservative voice on the major platforms. And Project Veritas, for all their faults and problems or whatever I think about things they've done in the past, they absolutely nailed this one. But it's easy to throw it away. It's easy to ignore it. If Tommy Robinson came to the press and said, I have proof that a meteor, mate, oh, fucking hell, a meteor, it's going to strike the Earth 2 weeks, kill us all, fucking hell. Proof, there it is. Proof. Everyone will go away, you racist bastard. You don't listen. We don't listen. We judge everyone by the message. If Hillary Clinton came out with some amazing truth, it would be widely ignored by the people on the right. Just as if Donald Trump does anything good, it's widely ignored by people on the left. Because we are all idiots. We are all fucking idiots. But the conservative voice is being silenced. And we have to speak out against this. Now, if there was any doubt left that all of these big tech companies are complicit in this. Earlier on today, whilst chatting with Graham, we ran a search on Google and DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo, as you know, is the search engine that doesn't wait, it doesn't hide shit, it's just a search engine. Straightforward. I searched for Reddit, the Donald. On DuckDuckGo, the first item was the Donald. It was a link to that subgroup. Then it was about the subgroup, and then what's happened to it, and then some articles by like USA Today and some other outlets, and some of the sort of more leftist outlets as well below that. This was because these are what the most popular ones are, and that's what DuckDuckGo gives you. On Google, the entire page, no, not you, Google, shh. My phone woke up. What are you saying? After all I've done for you. After I told your son when Pringles were invented. The front page of Google, it was all things like Vox, the Daily Beast, all of those just shit rags, online shit rags, tanting on the Donald. Those were the big hitters on Google. There's something bad happening on the net. And any leftist that's going, brilliant, it's going to come and fuck you up soon too as well. Because that's what it does. This shit doesn't stop. It's a virus. It doesn't care who it infects. Your right think will one day be wrong think. And as I pointed out, I think it was Aaron Bastiani, who of course didn't respond to me because I'm just a pleb. Well, compared to him on Twitter, he's a shocking, shocking human being. He was going about this, that, the other, and about in the UK, if you vote for this, you're disgusting. I said, we never learn, do we? One of the main reasons Trump won wasn't just that he offered something different. Wasn't Russian collusion. It was because the people on the left said that everyone even considering it was a filthy fucking monster and a racist and the worst kind of human being. And the minute you start demonizing people for that, they get their backs up and go, well, fuck you. That's exactly what I'm doing. They helped get Donald Trump elected, and that's what's going to happen in the UK. How else could Nigel Farage be that popular? You're doing it to yourselves, and you're going to fuck yourselves over too, and that's just the way that it is. This will be another video that's demonetized. I'm fairly sure this one will be demonetized.
That's not really a goal at this point, is it? Spider-Man adverts before you.
Everything's just, we get the gold dollar sign and everything. The gold one should be good, right?
Yeah. We got 21 cents once. I don't know who the fuck advertised on it.
I don't know, but I wish I did. So there we go. Reddit download quarantine. There's something bad going on. I'm when I think back, getting into the net in the 90s, because as someone rightly pointed out on YouTube, I'm an old dude now. I'm 47 this year. But the excitement, the hope, the amazement of what the net could be. When I was part of Ogrish, I mean, you couldn't have Ogrish now. You'd have to, it'd just be like the other Gore sites now, just loaded with fucking, join our fucking premium thing so you can look at fake rape videos and shit just to stay alive. And all the shit we've watched with Live Leak, how it's changed, how the pressures have changed, and what you can and can't do once you get to a certain size, and it takes so much to keep you online, and you're not one of the big guys, and you're just getting fucking hammered all the time. All the promise the internet held. And it's just being fucked off. And the worst part is our polarization and our unwillingness to listen to the opposing voice, whether left or right, it really doesn't matter. Our unwillingness to engage and to embrace these bubbles the social media companies put us in. And our ridiculous venom to people that hold different ideas to us. Not just arguing with them, which is good and healthy, but wanting to destroy them and affect their real lives. Wanting to make everything worse. We are killing the internet. We're helping the pricks that want to destroy this amazing thing we have. We are active participants in it, even when we sit here complaining about it. Because we indulge in that behaviour. We wallow in it. We love the convenience of it all. It's got to change. It's got to fucking change. And the answer isn't, well, we clearly need another YouTube. No, we fucking don't. The same thing will happen. We need a conservative YouTube. No, you don't. That's not the answer. No one realised these fucking huge sites. You can't give that power to someone and not expect it to corrupt them completely. It becomes an extension of their beliefs and their egos, and they attract the same people to them and form their own fucking bubbles in Palo Alto. Whilst having fucking chai lattes and whatever strange shit these people fucking drink and eat. In their hemp sandals discussing how they can fuck up the next election for the candidate they don't like. That's what you end up with. I don't want a conservative one of those either. We need to draw back. We need to stay away from these people. We need to do things differently. We need to work together a bit more. Left, right, whatever, it doesn't matter. We need to play smarter, and this won't count for everyone because not everyone wants to do that. The days of GeoCities are long fucking gone. But those of us who care, maybe that's enough. Leave the corporate internet for the rest of the people that are perfectly happy being told what to think, what to look at, what to... I just want to step away from it all. I just want to be away from it. I want people to be away from it and do something better. Just be better. Let the internet be what we dreamed it was going to be. No one dreamed of the day when your fridge would tell you were running out of milk. Or you could watch, oh great, I can watch all the CNN and HBO I like streaming. Fuck that. That's not the internet. That's not what we wanted from it. We wanted the ability to converse, to reach people we could never reach, to see things we could never see, to understand things we had no knowledge of. All of this is what's important about the internet. This is what matters. This is why I support platforms that me personally I do not fucking like. Gab.ai. But you know what? I fucking run it up the flagpole, guys, and I'll salute it. BitChute. Run by a really good bloke. He's getting fucking hammered right now. But a really good guy. And other people I'm meeting now as I go further down this road. Because I've always been really insular. And, despite how loud and braggart I am on this, I'm very much like, why would anyone really give a fuck what I think? And I've gone down my own little track. But now I'm starting to communicate with people that are in different platforms, and it's horrible. It's fucking horrible what's going on, and we're all playing a part in it. If we don't change it, guys, we're going to lose it, and it's going to be our fault. Maybe think smaller. Maybe think different. Maybe stop being arseholes just for the sake of it. And I'm as guilty of that as anybody else. But maybe just fucking stop. Maybe just stop. Treat people how we would in real life. Or realise that, have an area where we can just be wanting dickheads to people, but not let it seep into every aspect of our life and reach out and destroy other people's lives. The internet should be a fucking beautiful thing. And that doesn't mean only full of beautiful things. But it should be fucking beautiful, and we're turning it into some kind of milquetoast, dreadful fucking nightmare where everything good is snuffed out because it's fucking upset someone. And they've whined to an advertiser, and then all of a sudden, fucking hell, how do we pay the fucking bills this month? Well, we can't do that anymore. And it's working its way up the food chain, that sort of pressure. It's not just the guys up at the top. Little guys down below as well. WordPress.com was accused of taking people off because they didn't like their views. It took a woman off because she was a TERF. This shit can't continue. This shit cannot stand. It cannot stand. And I can't change it. I could do maybe a little something that some of us can join in with, like what we're doing with Trigger Warning, and an extension of that what we've been talking about tonight. We can do our little bit, but we need everyone to do their little bit. And you know what? All those tiny little bits add up to something cool, decentralized, different. I can't exist in the blockchain because I don't know enough about it. But I can ensure that all our articles end up on like the Steam chain or something like that, the Steam blockchain. So it's all just out there and can't be taken down. We can do these things. We need to do these things. I don't want my son growing up thinking that the internet is Facebook and Netflix. I don't want that. I want him to be able to troll the shit out of people in chat rooms and have some fun. When he's a grown-up, see shit he can't forget, because that's an important part of life. Be exposed to the things you don't see all the time. That was a bit too sincere for me. I was getting a bit emotional there.
It's good though, I enjoyed it.
Well, I never normally talk about these things in that way, so it's usually like, I save that for personal,
Yeah. It's important at the moment though, man. We're at an impasse. We're at a huge moment. Like,
They can't stand.
The sort of the talk of regulation and hate speech and all that other nonsense. There's like something closing in at the moment, and you're right. It's going to take every single person, just doing what they can, being as brave as they can.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to outline the whole project. One of the things I can only affect hundreds or a few thousand tops. But I'm going to take the trigger warning thing to a new place. Maybe come something off the back of that. I'm not going to go into another video streaming site. No, there's guys doing that really well. There's Live League. It's not for me. But with the small websites, maybe some hosting, maybe some blogs and things like that, I'm going to build something that can't just be snuffed out. That will have very basic rules on legality. That's it. That's it. And apart from that, you fill your fucking boots. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. And if I don't do it, well, how can I tell anyone else to do it?
Yeah.
I can't demand other people do shit I'm not willing to
exactly.
try and put forward.
A bit of feedback for you. Smoke Steve really enjoyed the phrase, fill your ammo boxes. I think to his American ears, that sounded a certain way.
Yeah, he's there. He's been drinking beer, smoking a bowl, and he's just cocked his shotgun. Yeah! Probably blown a hole in the fucking in the wall. Whoa!
Alan said that liberals are Tory light. That was ages ago when he said I'm a liberal.
I'm not a fucking Tory.
I know. They get that.
What is this weird shit people call it? It's not a political party. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of being. I don't understand this. The Tories are a political party.
Yeah, I know. I get it on Sundays when I start talking about individual freedom. And they go, oh, got his blue ribbon on. And it's like, no. The Tories don't own the idea of freedom and liberty. They don't.
No, they certainly do
definitely
not. By the way, we got super chats on. If anyone wants to donate to the project, you can do that right through there, and it guarantees your comment will be read out. Joe Public said it's too philosophical tonight. Well, shit, dude. You can't have it every week, can you? I'll be back talking about farting, coming, and prostitutes next week. Don't worry about it. Sometimes shit's got to be said, dude. We've got to do something. I can't do much, but if I don't do my little part in it, I can't demand you do. I can't. You go do something now. I sit here on fucking video talking shit. You go do something. No, I can't do that. We have to draw a fucking line here, Graham. This cannot stand.
Alex Jones was right about everything.
Oh, that's what worries me. What if he was right? What if they're stealing our life extension technologies? Shit. I don't know that he's on it with the gay frogs and shit. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows where the fuck's he going to end up? And the thing is, you can do a smaller platform with streaming and things. It just takes funding. But you can't just keep asking for money. You have to offer something for that. And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it so it's everybody's. That's where we're going forwards with it. I'm still putting it together because it's quite fresh. I've just been getting really angry lately. I'm really pissed off and in need of doing something about it. So we'll come back to you guys with the details. And there's one thing I promise, it will be both beautiful and ugly all at the same fucking time. As ugly as you want to make it. So, but I'm sure one of the things we must do, Graham, is although I believe every website has its right to say who it doesn't want and wants there, I think in certain areas there's got to be a thing of you shall not silence the dissenting voice. That goes against the constitution of it or whatever it is. I think that's important.
No, I agree with you.
Certainly as an organisation, we couldn't.
Yeah.
We need to encourage other people to be like that.
People have forgotten that now, aren't they? Google are removing journalists covering Project Veritas, and everyone's going, well, yeah, it's probably for the best. Thank you, Daddy Google.
Yeah. Thank you, Google. You have our best interests at heart.
No. What happened to bunching up, man? What happened to fucking truth to power and all that?
It fucking died when people turned into pussies.
Yeah. Say it again, man. You used to piss me off 2 or 3 years ago, people doing that. I might not agree with you, but I'll die with you for your right to say it and all that shit. And I used to say it, and I always used to think, bollocks. No, you wouldn't. You've no interest in it. You're just repeating it. But they don't even say it now. They don't even fucking lie about it. No.
All people do is tell me I'm not doing enough. That's what I usually get. Well, they do fuck all.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I'm not doing enough. You know. I'm certainly, believe me, I'm not trying to do what some of the other commenters do online. I ain't fucking special. I ain't no hero of no fucking movement, alright? Shit stinks, same as everybody else's. But I know what I have put on hold in my life to fight these sort of shit. And what I've put my family through and me through. And I'm cool with it, because people want to have the benefits without putting in the effort. That's fine, as long as you make the most of the benefits. Chappie says, wait until Hayden does the male vitality lines. Might do. Paul says, was it not the Liberals in the early days got compensation at the end of slavery and invested in the first railways, blah, blah, blah. Liberalism is it's just a way of thinking. It's a way of wanting equality, fairness for everybody, not just for liberals. Part of being liberal is that you have to support ideas you find obnoxious. A lot of people who identify as conservatives have a lot of liberal values. Freedom of speech, the right to bear arms, things like that. They're liberal values. They are liberal values. It's illiberal to not let people have free speech. It's illiberal to not let people have guns if that's in the laws of the land. These things are illiberal. You know, yeah, I just don't think of it as along political party lines. I don't like that. Let's have a look here.
Would you like an email?
Do you know what? I fucking love an email, Sherry. That'd be beautiful.
Smoke Steve, hey guys, what's going on with the new triggerwarning.tv site? What are we supposed to do on there?
For now, log in, use the social, it's TW Social, you get your own way, you can see the global stuff, an integrated forum. Sometime in the next week, as soon as I can get it, last couple of kinks ironed out, you'll be able to launch your own blog or website off there, which will be like yourname.triggerwarning.tv. And we're going to be introducing more stuff as we go. It's got its own little store. Everything, all the profit off that goes back into Trigger Warning. And we're just going to try and build a little place people can use. And my hope and dream is that people will get a blog or a wee site, enjoy it, maybe do a bit more with it, and then at some point go, I like this, I want to do it on my own. In which case, we'll help you take your data where possible. You take it up, start off on your own, and we'll still promote the shit out of you. And each sub-site will be promoted on the main site, and it's just about that little thing of mine of wanting people to have their own patch, have their own voice, have their own place, and make it easy to do so.
We're just kind of connecting everyone at the moment,
because it's just WordPress.
Yeah,
it's just WordPress. That's all it uses for the back end of that part of it. And there's loads of stuff out there on how to, and you can go in the forums and ask, and you'll be told how to set it up. But for now, sign up, use the social, connect, talk to people, hang out. Like I said, there's an integrated forum, there's a social media side. Remember, it's up to you what information you put in. You can set all your own privacy. No algorithms telling you what to look at. You choose what you want to see. Simple as that. There's a little drop down. You can choose one of about 8 genders, including unicorn. And it's just a place to be. It's a place to be, and at some point it might be the only place will be available the way things are going. But we can do anything with it. If we can fund it, we can build it. So
good question there from Smoke Steve.
Thank you very much. Oh, it was on there as well. If I start a Smoke Steve trigger warning site and I'm doing things that are legal here but setting out legal everywhere, will that be allowed? Yeah, it's got to be legal where you are. Now, there are some rules on there that have to be followed. But if we need to, at some point, we'll just go offshore with it. Which will still have some rules. You can't use it to launch fucking malware or phishing or spamming. Well, you can do gambling, but not allow the people from the resident country to gamble, which is really weird. And some other, I'm always going to have a rule about no doxing, because that's just shit and stupid and terrible. And maybe no websites dedicated to inciting actual violence and harm. Outside of that, I really couldn't give a fuck. Let's play it by ear. Just do it. And if it doesn't work out, the difference as well, there's no infraction system on trigger warning. While it's small enough, it'll be a chat. If there's something wrong, we'll talk to you and say, I've got a problem with this. Work something out. We have to get back to that. It's small enough to do that. It will remain small enough to do that for a long time. And that's the way it's got to be.
Just as long as it's not like shacking kids in Cambodia. Like, it's legal, you said.
There is a rule on there about that sort of content, yeah. I mean, obviously nobody wants that.
No.
Well, some people do, but I don't want them on the platform. We've got to have limits, guys. And to be honest, that's not setting the bar particularly high. Don't fuck kids or animals. What?
Got a Skype call?
Okay, that no indication that it's a Skype. But the best part was, Graham, I got this off Cherry. I got this. I want to. He went.
It looks like, who is it? Who is it?
It's the Duke.
Are you going to answer him?
Yeah.
Tell him we'll call him back in 1 second because I've got to put the fucking dickhead device on. God, it makes me feel like a twat wearing this thing. It really does. Even more of a twat than I actually am. Oh, how awkward. I think you're perfect within your rights to talk about your experience of drugs. Just don't fucking sell them. I think that's about it. It ain't the Silk Road. But the main thing is, I'm going to say try it and we'll see what happens. Try it and we'll see what happens. I can't really say much more than that, can I? Are you going to give him a bell back for me there, Cherry? There's a good lad. I know, Alan, I do look like a twat with my earpiece in. It's a shame.
Oh, can you hear me?
Hello, Duke. How you doing, fella?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Top of the world. Couldn't be better. Like a spring chicken, full of piss and vinegar. And jism, probably.
I just turned down all the audio on the YouTube to not have the,
the delayed voice.
Yeah, first of all, I want to ask, why aren't you promoting this even on Facebook anymore? Because I'm kind of lazy, and when I see it on Facebook, I watch the show when I can.
Because we're moving away from Facebook completely, to be honest. Just because it's really fucking evil.
Yeah.
And
well,
again, it's one of those things.
YouTube is part of Google.
Of course it is, but there's some things we can't do without at the moment because we can't afford to replace.
Do you remember when Google used to be, there's no reason to be evil?
Yeah, don't be evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure they ever really meant it, but they certainly don't now.
I think they meant it, but then they kind of got into the whole corporate thing and kind of...
Shareholders, dude. Once you've got the shareholders, everything changes.
Yeah, well, when they got really big, the competition kind of formed them, and then realized that they can either stay on top of all the shit or just drown.
Well, it's one of those, isn't it? You know yourself, once you're king, you make the rules.
Yeah.
And that's what we got. We got Facebook, we got Alphabet, and we got Twitter. Facebook's buying up everything else. And it's just horrible.
I personally use anything that could that works pragmatically because it's all just got a lot of corruption and shit in it, but that's kind of the world. And I think that's part of the problem. I think a lot of politicians, when they start out, they are kind of idealistic, and then they realize when they're in the middle of it, they think opportunistic that whenever they become the king, as you say, they're going to change the world, but they never get to that point, so they stay opportunistic. And I don't see anything necessarily wrong with it.
I've seen too many people destroyed by it now. Too many businesses ruined by it. I can't abide people being censored just for their opinion.
But that's where I think a lot of companies and just the philosophy behind it is going really in a just stupid direction, because as I haven't coined it, of course, but all we have is conversation or violence. So why censor anything, really?
Yeah, well, I think the problem is, I've always campaigned that smaller sites should be allowed to, have whatever voice they like. They don't influence anything unduly. And I really stuck with that for years, but the more I've seen the reach and influence of these mega sites, the more I realise that if you're going to call yourself a platform, you can have your rules, but you must have equality under those rules. They must apply to all, not some. Because these guys can change the way people think, and they've done experiments to show that's exactly what they can do. It's not supposition or conspiracy. Facebook have run tests to see how they can influence people's moods, and they've done it. They ran that test that made people mad, angry. You know, they can do so much creepy shit that it's reached a point where there's too much trust in them. There's too much complacency.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's a big, huge gray area with a lot of nuance. I'm definitely not absolutist free speecher, because of course you have the people instigating violence and stuff like that, and I don't think anyone wants that. But then you want it to be as free as possible, and then on the other hand, as you say, you have these algorithms that just, and a lot of them are just dopamine targets.
Yeah, that's all it is. Keep you there, keep you in a bubble that they discern is the one you operate best in, whether it's pissed off or happy. And keep you there. And this encourages people to just go after that hollow affirmation, you know, that they mistake for some kind of affection or understanding, and then viciously attack anyone that opposes their way of thinking. And I honestly believe this was never an intent, but it's gone that far now. They don't know what to do, because if they change it, their entire business model collapses. Yeah,
and it's kind of went from echo chambers being a bad thing to, no, we have this huge echo chamber and everyone needs to be in it.
Yes.
And also, I lost my train of thought.
No, but you bang on the money, but that's because you're a super smart guy. You must be. You came to see us a couple of years ago, didn't you?
Yeah.
How's everyone doing, by the way? Is everyone well?
Yeah, everything is great. It's actually a bit too great, so I'm taking a cheat day and drink some red wine. I have to self-sabotage when everything goes my way.
Yeah, well, I mean, you might as well throw your own spanner in.
Life has to be a challenge.
Yeah, you've got to throw your own spanner in sometimes, if nothing, if the universe won't do it for you.
Exactly.
Preempt it. A preemptive spanner in the works.
Since you put the focus on me, I still want to get back to what we were talking about. But since you put the focus on me so graciously, why can't I have like a live show on Live Leak?
There's no live streaming availability on Live Leak at this time while we work some things out. So it's not that just you can't, I can't. I can't either. I know it does suck, but it's got to be right, you know, because it's a very difficult thing to get into. And we've kind of half-assed it, dipped a toe in and messed around, and we have to make a definitive choice here. So it is something we want to do. I just can't tell you exactly when it's going to come back.
Okay. But I hope you're going to let me have the availability if it's some kind of premium thing.
Yeah, well, that might be how we have to do it for the run-out, but obviously I want to see it like everybody can have it.
No. I want to be privileged.
Oh, you just want it for you? Okay, dude, well, you've always been special. We will treat you specially.
I'm a white male heterosexual. No, okay. But to go back to what we were talking about.
I want to exercise my white privilege, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I want to say something about principles, because I'm not an idealist, I'm not a principalist, but I think the good thing about principles is that I think the biggest strength is it's supposed to be unbiased. If you have a principle, it should be for everyone, no matter what their skin color is or whatever. And that's the good thing. But then you have to kind of, nothing is perfect. So if something comes up, you must be able to reevaluate your principle and maybe expand upon it, but it should always be unbiased. That's the only strength to principles.
Yes, I agree completely. I mean, as you know, I get abuse all the time.
Yeah.
On this, and yes, if it was just up to me, the site Lively would have shut down years ago. It would have burned to the floor in a blaze of glory of people being like fucking animals on there. But we all have to compromise. It's not compromising your principles, it's operating in reality.
Yeah.
You know, it is a video sharing platform. That's its intent. That's what it must do. With the new one, I'm thinking much smaller. Much smaller. It will never explode like that. It's not designed like that. I just want to do something where those that choose to can do something cool and hang out. And still use everywhere else for whatever they want, but just a little cool place to do cool things, you know, that isn't corporate, that it doesn't have advertiser pressure, that doesn't have to have, you know, systems in place that automates some kind of punishment. I don't want all that. And the only way to have that is to think smaller. It's the only way. And when people say, how do you know? It's like, well, yeah, I've never built YouTube, but I've been part of something pretty big. And I know what comes with that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm watching guys building new platforms being crucified right now.
Yeah. And I have to say, and people are probably going to complain that I am too friendly towards you now. But you have done a lot with your rules where you pretty much everything has been allowed if you're just smart enough. So you don't scream out your stupidity, because that's going to reflect on your site and you're going to get shit for it. And then they kind of tweak and find loopholes in the rules to scream out their stupidity, and then you have to deal with it. So, yeah, that is...
But that's the ongoing thing. Everybody wants everything their way.
Yeah.
We all do. We're all the same. Everybody wants everything their way. Dude, it's been an absolute fucking pleasure talking to you, dude. It's been too long.
Yeah.
It's been way too long.
Hope we can do this again sometime.
Well, let's stay in touch a little more regularly. That'd be good. It'd be great to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Sir, please give my love to the family there, and I will hopefully speak to you very soon.
Yeah, the same backwards. The same to you.
How dare your English not be perfect, sir? Duke, I'll speak to you soon, mate. Take care.
Cheers.
That was Duke Brassey on the line there. That was good. Enjoyed that. It was very nice to talk to Duke. Always a pleasure. Never a chore. And of course, he's on our intro.
Yeah, I was going to do
and we
the
met
thing.
his dad.
I was trying to get it up like that, but I knew it would have played. You know, I had it paused on his face, and I was, yeah.
Yeah, and then it just got awkward.
Yeah.
Neffers is in. Hello, Neffers. Got Buckscore in there. We said hello to Chappie already. And all the others. It's good to see you.
Everyone's talking about Susan's shoes.
Are they nice shoes?
Yeah.
Why? What's special about them?
I don't know. There's a lot of object talk. I'm not really following it, to be honest.
It's 5 to 11. We've done one story.
Yeah, I just see bits of it, and I don't really like. I've been chucking my own voice in there now and again, but I don't know what anyone's talking about because I'm working.
Doing real shit. Shit that matters.
It's good though, dude. We've not even talked about the live event, have we? Should we tell them the rough date that we've got, just so they can put it in the diary?
You've totally fucking put me in this now, so I've got to do it, haven't you?
Well,
clever fucker. No, it's fine. I salute that. That's very clever. There was no other way of getting me to admit to it. We're going to do a trigger warning live event. Live in the flesh. Fleshy. A fleshy event. It will probably be here in Manchester towards October. We'll pick a time that's good for everyone. We'll get a venue. So there will be a cost, but it'll be linked to covering the cost of the venue. Basically, the idea is that we get to spend hours together, maybe get something to eat, hang out. We'll do a live broadcast from the venue. Then we will have some more entertainment that's just for us and the people who are there, such as a very special edition of Safe Space. If you're not familiar with that, we've done a few of these for patrons in the past. What it is, one of the members of the team is in the hot seat, and they have to speak for 1 minute on a topic chosen for them by another team member as if they passionately believe in it. And I think this is a game we can play with the audience. I think that'll be a lot of fun, as long as they're willing to get up as well. Because I'll think of something they don't want to talk about.
Or you want them to do it. That could be
Why
fun.
not? Why not? Let's all enjoy it. So we're looking around late October, early November. No ticket prices at this point. No, not much at this point. I've been dodging this. I'm not going to lie. I've been dodging this for ages because me being me, I'm like, why the fuck would anyone want to come and see that? But it turns out I'm wrong. It will be, we will make sure it is the most awesome trigger warning experience for you. And it will last many hours of wonderment and deep joy and probably embarrassment. Well, I can see you.
Well, look at that already, Natalie. October, plenty of time to book holiday. See?
Yeah, we'll have to find, maybe get a deal with a hotel for people so they can stay somewhere nice and cheap that's clean, not filthy, no shit on the sheets or anything like that. Classy. I wouldn't use a black light, but, classy. But I think that's what we'll have to do. And make sure that everyone can just hang out, enjoy themselves, we'll have a few beers. We'll chill out afterwards as well. If not in the venue, then somewhere else. Maybe at the hotel, because that's what we used to do with the Live Leak meetups. And we'll get to hang out and talk shit in real life. And then you get to experience what it's like to have me saying terrible fucking things while sitting really near you and looking you right in the eye while I say the worst shit. Because the one thing I will promise, the shows have been quite serious lately to a degree and not quite as extreme. The live one, I'll have a couple of shandies in me. I'm going to be fucking horrible. I promise you.
We've got it though, haven't we? Yeah, it'd be good. Independence Day as well. It'll be when we're leaving Europe. It'll be an Independence Day special.
There we go.
It'll be amazing.
Young Alex, you have to come.
Yes.
You have no choice.
Put him on a laptop to do clips there and then. Shut up, Alex.
If I have to come get you, mate, don't make that happen.
Yeah, we'll
That'd be a
sort that
bad
out.
scene. Shit, there we go. Robert, I don't know how many people are in the chatting. I don't know. People like to watch. People watch. They don't always like to join in. If people want to wear costumes, that'll be up to them. But if it's on November the 2nd, that could be awkward. I don't know. I did that. One of the Live Leak early birthday shows when we used to get like 10, 15 people would come and people would come from abroad and all that shit. It was on October 31st. Now I won't do a Halloween show because I hang out with my kid. But it used to be on October 31st. And this one year we told someone that came, it was Minchia, who's been here. His costume. And John did costume. Yeah. And I said, what are you wearing, Aidan? I said, sorry. I went to meet everyone in the hotel. She came down, makeup was a witch, fucking whiteface and everything like that. And I'm just, where's your costume? What fucking costume? You didn't believe me, did you? She's the only one.
To be honest, I don't think, because obviously we want to have a relationship with the people so we can maybe do live events again. So I'm probably not going to do blackface for the first.
Well, be honest, Graham.
No,
let them see who you. Let me take this fucking thing out my ear.
I did it I did it last time, didn't I? So I'm not going to do it again.
You did, but not many people got to see the true glory of it because you hid it from them. I couldn't undo the clip then. I was starting to panic a bit. But yeah, I think that would be really cool if we can do a live event. I know once I get over that, nobody's going to come.
Well,
to see me talk. But once we get over that and we get to hang out, because I know all the Live Leak meetups were fucking great. And I have every confidence the trigger warning one will be even better.
Half the people there will be Live Leakers anyway.
Of course, anyway. So. But like I say, there'll be a live show. There'll be extra. I mean, the live show will take up like this much of it. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to be, obviously. But then there'll be stuff that's just for us and the people that are there to really fucking enjoy. We'll have arguments. We'll have shouting matches. Graham will try out his bollocks about regulation again.
Oh, here we go.
Some other fucking Tory shite that he comes out
liberal
with.
Values.
It'll be fine. It'll be a good time, and a good time will be had by all. Especially if we can get the venue we've been looking at. That's beautiful.
Yeah, well, the venue we've been looking at has got a very special date that it was first built, isn't it? 1776, so it'd be perfect for Independence Day.
1776. It's coming back, Alex Jones. This is the new 1776. Ah! Had too many pills.
Yeah, I really like the place we're looking at. I'm going to get on it tomorrow and see what he says. Test the water.
We'll have some special merch for the live show as well, won't we?
Yes, of course, yeah. 100%.
There's a lot of work to do. Never mind the trigger warning project, earning a living, Free Nation, live show. But the live show's got to happen because now we told everybody about it.
It's 4 months away. It's 4 months away, so there's plenty of time to.
And I do want to do it. I do want to do it, despite all my insecurities and my concerns. I know I'll fucking love it.
Alan, do you really want to come all the way to Manchester just to watch me do a butter spoon demonstration?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Really? I'll fucking show you if you want.
I saw someone else I know, in fact, no one other than the wife of Colin Manford, put a post on Facebook saying, has anyone else ever used the back of a spoon to butter a bagel?
Really?
Can you guess what all the comments said? No.
No, well, they're ignorant.
Yeah, it's always everybody else, isn't it? It's not me, it's everybody else. I think, we can definitely do a butter spoon demonstration.
Not many people can do art surgery, Aidan, but that doesn't mean that...
They don't use a fucking
thing.
spoon either!
No, they don't. But I'm just saying. I'm not a sheep. I don't go with the crowd, mate.
Oh, that's because that's what I'd like in a surgeon as well. Pass me the spork.
I only use renegade surgeons, mate.
We need to open him up, sir. The ice cream scoop. The melon baller.
Yeah, imagine that just as you were falling asleep. You just see a melon.
The melon baller and the steak tongs, please. We'll try and not coincide with the Opeth gig in London, Natalie. We'll keep an eye on that.
Let us know. Message us.
Because do you know what? We'll have to put it on the forums in TW and go through it all. So it's got to be organised with everybody, hasn't it?
Well, PM me ASAP on
if just a few people
Let
come and we can cover the venue, at least not be financially too far out of pocket, we'll do this. It'd be awesome. We need to get some posters up at the university, though. See if we can get some fucking soy boys from the university to come along, yeah? Some beta fucks. Hey, I'll give them a night they'll never fucking forget.
Even better if we can get them to protest us. That'd be even better.
After the first one, that shouldn't be a problem. Because you know it's gonna go all the way to 11. What, Opus on the 29th? We won't be clashing with Opus.
Well, personally, I'm thinking the 2nd of November, just because then we'll know whether or not we've left Europe. You know, that date will have come. But who knows? That might have failed weeks before then at this point.
The wife was just passing by and said, Hayden looks like an old porter from some ghost story chasing pile of crap TV.
Shit. I remember now. Have you seen on Netflix, there's that John Travolta movie? It's called Something Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Travolta looks like what you think you look like in that film. Like, if you watch it and you watch John Travolta...
What you think I look like?
What you think you look like.
I know what I look like.
What he looks like in that film is you, but not what you actually look like, what you see in the mirror when you go, yeah... Watch it.
I see that old man in the screen there. That's who I see.
Wait. Let me get it up. I
don't know who you see in a mirror. I see the person. I'm well aware of why, and I know I look nothing like John Travolta.
No. Seriously, I'm going to put this up.
No, I've seen the film.
Have you? Oh, do you know the one I mean? Yeah.
I do not dress up well. I go, I've never looked in a mirror and gone, in my life, because I know what I am.
Every time I see it, I watched it the other day just for the pure... I just kept thinking, that's Hayden. That's Hayden's ego
Natalie
personified.
Said Hayden's well fitter. See that, Graham? John Travolta's got fuck all on me. Bob Stew said, do a trigger warning tour, come to Derry. That would be a wild night. Yeah, I bet he would. We got to start small, though, dude. Let's see, maybe we can grow it. Maybe we can do things with it. I don't know. I just want it to be an evening of free speech, serious topics, bullshit, insanity, dialed up to number 11, and the only playlist of music in the venue should be very heavy. And that's what it should be. None of Graham's namby-pamby fucking beta-cook bullshit. I'm talking like, at least Iron Maiden, Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Brain Drill, Carcass, proper shit. Not whiny shit with painted fingernails, which means none of that Metallica era when they went a bit... No. Proper shit. I feel better now. We've still not done any more stories.
No.
Oh, better do some, because we're never going to get covered on it. Right, look, we're going to have to do these, guys. We're here till we're finished. Which is a shame, because I've fallen out of doing stories mode into bullshit mode.
I know, I've just been trying to get that picture of John Travolta as well.
The Ramones? No, not the Ramones. No, not punk. Punk shit. Couldn't play solos to save their lives. Terrible. Yngwie Malmsteen. That's where it's at. Right, we're going to have to do a story here while Graham's fucking about trying to find a John Travolta picture. Let's move on, Graham. This is an interesting one. This chap here, his name, Alex, has just got shit. His name's Brian Leach. Brian used to work as a greeter in Asda. For anyone that's not from the UK, Asda's a very large supermarket chain owned by Walmart. In fact, the one not a million miles from me is called Asda Walmart.
Yeah.
Unlike the Walmart I went in Florida, though, the Asda here does not sell baseball bats and shotguns. I nearly had a sex wee when I went in a Walmart in America.
I went in a Walmart and bought bullets from a child.
Oh, it's very exciting, isn't it?
Wonderful.
It's very exciting. I saw shotguns. Shotguns! I so wanted a shotgun. Oh, shit. Triggered Graham.
I'm reopening the petition for a trigger warning shotgun. Studio shotgun.
Anyway, Brian here, he worked for Asda as a greeter. He really enjoyed his job. He liked his regular customers and he liked his colleagues. Unfortunately, at least one of his colleagues didn't like him very much. He was hauled in front of his bosses. Hauled in. Because one of his colleagues had complained about him. They'd reported him for behaviour that goes against Asda's inclusive values. Racism. Things like that. Brian was a bit shocked. So what do you think he did? Do you think he'd been posting up that he hates Muslims, that he hates Jews, hates black people? Did you think he was posting For Britain posters? I don't know. What was he doing? I love Nick Griffin. No. He shared a video clip. Now, what was this video clip? Horrible, terrible. Billy Connolly. He shared a clip of Billy Connolly. Asda fired him. They fired him for sharing a clip of a mainstream comedian. In this clip, it basically boiled down to Billy Connolly saying, look, religion's all fucked. I'm not going to try and do the routine. He was and probably still is one of the funniest human beings that ever walked the fucking planet. I'm not even going to go there. We said, oh, religion's fucked, give it up, guys. And every time a suicide bomber explodes, that's one less wanker on the planet. Typical Billy Connolly, on the point, on the button. And just the way he says it, very funny. That's all that was in it. That's it. Just that was fucking it. They basically fired him for blasphemy. One of his colleagues reported him to the boss for having a Billy Connolly clip, and this poor fucker lost his job, a job he really enjoyed. Apparently he's disabled, he just enjoyed the shit out of it, did his job, went in, did his best. Shared a clip from a mainstream comedian, dragged before the bosses, who said, with a flourish there, Graham,
I liked it.
we do not tolerate any form of discrimination from colleagues or customers and take such behaviour very seriously. How fucking seriously do you take Billy Connolly's comedy routine? They take it very seriously. Best thing? Asda used to sell the DVD. They made money selling this blasphemous, terrible material that they fired a man for. When the press asked them to comment, they just said, we don't talk about individual cases here at Asda's. We're very inclusive. But apparently, very anti-Billy Connolly. Hopefully Brian Leach sues the shit out of them and gets far more money than he ever earned as a fucking greeter for those thankless, miserable, selfish bastards at the supermarket. Good luck to you, Brian, sir. Hope you do well. Hope you get all that's coming to you. Someone's just said in the chat there, Vega Navarro, that's why I never use my real name on social media. I have a work online account, never add folk to the real one. Very good point. It's why I'm unemployable. Well, it's not the only reason I'm unemployable, but it's definitely got to be one of them, isn't it? Mr. Hewitt, could we have a look through your social media and internet history? Yes. It comes up at business meetings sometimes. We Googled you and are very confused about this ISIS business. What? Nothing wrong with a bit of that. Right, we've got one more story to do. Yeah, it's nice that we're going to end on such a cheerful fucking story as usual.
I honestly thought you were going to drop it. You're like, yeah, let's just leave it. No. You really want to
Got to go through with
destroy everyone.
Got to go through this one. Alabama. Make some good choices in Alabama. Love the babies. They love the babies in Alabama. You know, the unborn babies. Love the unborn babies. The born ones, not so much. Unborn ones, very special. Most special thing in the world. Must be cherished beyond anything else. There's a young lady called Marsha Jones. There she is. We've got a picture of Marsha. There she is. Young girl. She's been indicted by the Jefferson County Grand Jury for manslaughter. The manslaughter of an unborn child shot to death. That's fucking terrible, right? An unborn child shot to death. Terrible. Thing is, and I'm not about to say it's not terrible, but the thing is, the baby was in her belly, and she didn't pull the trigger. The person who pulled the trigger was Ebony Jemison. There's Ebony there, looking contrite. Unhappy. I think that's probably a mugshot. She was charged with manslaughter for shooting, Marsha Jones in the belly. Marsha was 5 months pregnant. Is that shit showing by them? I digress. She was charged, but the grand jury failed to indict her. So the police turned on Jones. Apparently, Jones instigated an argument with Jemison over the father of the unborn child. They got in a fight. They got in an argument. Jones wouldn't let it go. She would not let it go and kept it going. And Jemison, being a firm believer in the stand your ground rules, didn't want to be in this fight anymore, so she took out a gun and shot Marsha Jones in the stomach. She stood her ground under a ferocious assault by a 5-month pregnant lady and shot her in the belly. She was 5 months pregnant. That does show. It's not a little bump at that point. It's getting substantial. Bang! For a fight. Getting an argument, a fight. The Pleasant Grove Police's Lieutenant Danny Reed said the investigation showed that the only true victim in this was the unborn baby. The only victim was the unborn baby. It was the mother of the child who initiated and continued the fight, which resulted in the death of her unborn baby. Well, that's all right then, isn't it? That's just fine. She initiated the fight, kept it going on, so fuck her for deserving to be shot in the fucking belly, killing her unborn baby. Fuck that woman. Get her on a manslaughter charge, because it's her fault that there are stupid fucking laws that allow you to shoot a pregnant woman for fucking slapping you because it's right and you should defend yourself. Has anyone heard of just fucking leave her? Get away! If a pregnant woman's slapping the shit out of me, I'd get the fuck out of there. I wouldn't slap her back, she's pregnant. I certainly wouldn't take a gun out and shoot her in the fucking baby. You know, I would say stomach, but they don't give a fuck about her. She was shot for being in an argument over a man, and because she wouldn't stop arguing, it's her fucking fault. Sanctimonious bullshit. What's next? Drink a beer when you're pregnant? You'll be flogged in public in Alabama. Have a cigarette burned at the fucking stake. Only after they pulled that fucking baby out of you that's so fucking precious, right up until the minute it's squeezed out of you. Then it's not worth a fucking thing. Bullshit. Absolute fucking horseshit. Manslaughter charge. What the fuck is wrong with these people? I mean, it took me a while. I understand the thought process, but it's fucking stupid. Stand your ground should be for life-threatening situations. I'm going to be killed here. I've got to defend myself. I'm being slapped by a 5-month pregnant lady. I better shoot the bitch. I might get stingy face. What could be wrong with having concealed carry and stand your ground laws? I don't understand. Fucking manslaughter. That can't. Surely this can't stand. It can't. That's fucking mental.
Maybe don't go around slapping people. You won't get shot.
Maybe don't go around shooting people. This like, you know, people get in arguments. This is human nature. People get angry. People get angry. If she had a big stick with a fucking nail in it and said, I'm going to fucking kill you. Yeah, use your gun. I don't know. But just like, oh, well, I was in a fight. I didn't like it. I felt threatened that I might get out. Like I say, bruisey face, bloody nose. Shot her in the baby. Right in the baby.
We'd like a call.
That is the worst timing ever. I just don't fucking believe Alabama. What a fucking shithole. What an absolute shithole of a fucking place. Who is it that's calling?
Duke.
Duke again?
Yeah.
Dude, Duke, we've got to stop the fucking show, but please call in next week, dude. Please, we need people to call in every week. Was the pregnant woman in the other woman's home, then she couldn't leave? Why? Why couldn't she leave? I don't know where she was. What does it matter? She was in my home and slapping me. I couldn't leave because once a pregnant woman is in my home, all my doors and windows lock. I couldn't call the police. I couldn't do anything except shoot her in the baby. Stop looking for fucking excuses. Never mind the self-defense part. She's being done for it herself. If you can't see why this is mental, you are mental. You are mentally fucking disturbed if you can't understand why this shit is wrong. There's something wrong with you, and it's Alabama. We know what it is. It's brother and sister action that pumps out this sort of madness. This can't be right. Everyone plays a fucking banjo. Jesus. Fucking hair-lip motherfuckers making laws. What is going on? I've been itching to have a fucking good go about that one for hours now.
I know.
Smoke Steve said, why would she leave her own home? Why would she shoot a pregnant woman in the fucking stomach? Steve, put the bowl down. She shot an unborn baby because someone was slapping her. And even if that happened by accident, everyone's ignoring that the mother of that fucking unborn baby is being done for manslaughter for having an argument with somebody. I would walk out of my home if a pregnant woman was slapping me and I'd phone the fucking police. Go, there's some mad bastard come inside. But do you know what? 5-month-old pregnant women don't come in my house slapping me. Do you think this was just an innocent woman that a pregnant woman started slapping? Probably not.
I'd shoot her.
It was outside a dollar store. No need to shoot. So everyone's looking for an excuse and they're getting deep into it. And hang on, fucking, I wasn't in her house.
Don't need an excuse. She's slapping him. Someone slaps me, I'm going to shoot him.
You'll never have a gun.
For all you know.
Soph will never let you have
Soph will never let me have a gun.
She clearly doesn't even let you have a knife to put butter on your fucking bread, mate.
Hey, that's a life choice.
Yeah. Paul Greystone says, April Fool. It was to be aborted anyways. Not in Alabama, it wasn't. Because then she'd have been on a fucking murder charge. Not a manslaughter charge. Are there any more emails before we go?
We've got one. Anonymous one. Hayden, you should get back on Facebook. I admire what you're doing with trigger warning, but how can you expect to get people who are disenfranchised with big sites and censorship if you're not on those big sites, offering your alternative like some evangelic religious nut?
You tell everyone for us. Let's spread the word. If you're on there and active.
And say hi to Graham's left ball for me.
Hi, Graham's left ball.
It's the right one that I've been having trouble with, but thanks. It's close enough.
Draws little faces on there with magic marker.
The left's fine,
One
though.
smiley, one sad. Sad testicle. Yeah, guys, if you dig trigger warning, tell everybody for us. You know, we're always asking for your support. That's not just financial on patreon.com/triggerwarningtv. Just tell people. Share the links. Get people to watch the videos.
We've been really hit with the lack of suggestions.
We've been fucking slapped down by YouTube.
So for people who, you know, we've not really covered it too much, but you know, the whole anyone classed as news and politics has had their suggestions almost completely stripped. From us right the way up to the big dogs. And yeah, so basically the only people that see our content are people who already follow and ring the bell. Yeah. We're not being... We used to go viral a little bit, and they've cut it off now. So please hit share, please.
Share it out. We'll do everything we can to make this as cool as possible. You get involved, be a part of it. It can be yours too. I know that's usually said to be some sort of dreadful, hollow marketing thing, but seriously, it can be yours too. Right, guys, we're way over, aren't we? Hour and a half, 90 minutes again.
That's why I was like, with Skype. I was like, no. The same guy's trying to call back.
Yeah, but it is Duke. No, okay. Duke, I am sorry, dude. Graham's got to cycle home. He's got to get on his pedal-powered pedo machine.
Yeah. I need to ruin the other bollock, don't I? Balance it out.
And he don't like riding home at night. Not many kids to look at, so...
I need a haircut as well, according to Alan.
I agree.
You agree?
My little girl got quite upset today at the thought of me going to a hairdresser's because she buzzes my hair and that with the little. Ooh, she likes. No, Daddy, no. I'm a hairdresser. I was like, "Course that." I just wanted to show her, you know. It's one near me. They've got a bird, and they're like, "Hey, go in and say hello to it and that."
Oh, a bird, not
a bird, like a cockatoo type thing. No. Although it's great because I've got a daughter. I also go in the ladies' one now. And I'm allowed to, and it smells of things and stuff, and
things.
They can't stop me. They can't stop me going in because I'm like, look, darling.
Did you tell them that? You can't stop me.
No, but they know, and I know, and they know, and everything's good.
I want to smell your hair.
That's what I do. That's all I do when I'm in there.
Can I smell the lady shampoo, please?
Do you need help sweeping?
Last time I went to a barber's, it just involved a straight razor. Haircuts and shampoos, thing of the past. Take 2 bottles into the shower? No. Soap
on a string?
No, I don't have soap on a rope. I like to drop it. Just in case, you never know when your luck might be in. Although that would be alarming in my own house. What happened to Telegram, says Mr. Kill? I keep forgetting about it.
Yeah, it's there. It's like we don't want to spam it though. That's the thing. Like
it's still there. If you know, it's there as like our emergency broadcast system. If we ever get totally fucked up everywhere, the Russian guys will still have us. So do join Telegram. All the links are in the description along with everything else. Guys, thank you so much for watching this extended version of Trigger Warning. But I do like the hour-and-a-half format, Graham. It's very forgiving. Very forgiving.
Well, we need to start earlier then, because the both of us will regret it if we keep doing this. I do like it.
I'm going to regret this terribly at 6 o'clock in the morning. Yes. So we got to find a compromise. As much as we want to make Smoke Steve happy, so he can listen while he polishes the walnut stock of his pump action. I think that's how they polish pump action shotguns, isn't it? Faster and faster and faster till they get a good sheen on it.
That's how I do it.
And then they spill a bit of the grease at the end.
Well, you've got to do that for your fallen homies.
Drop some seed on the floor. There you go, guys. Thinking of you. I'm thinking 9:30, maybe 9 o'clock. I don't know. We're gonna have to. Gonna have to figure it out. When did I correct myself?
No, I corrected something that I typed on there. Just a little grammar error, and it was before you corrected me.
Was it? Did I correct you? Oh no.
No, I corrected.
I never correct your grammar.
You know.
I gave that up ages ago. That's a full-time job. I'm not up for that, dude. No, Duke. No one can cast. That's the thing. Is nobody can cast on Live Leak at the moment. Nobody. Not even me. My opinion on Tim Pool as a journalist, very limited. Graham knows a lot more about him than I do. What I have seen seems very, very good to me.
He's one of the few actual journalists left, and in fact he's set up Subverse, which is straight down the line journalism, no opinion, just facts. And he's also setting up a fact-checking service for things. That's,
everything
again,
I've seen's been very impressive.
Yeah, and it's all separate from him. He does opinion pieces, but he's pouring loads of money into just actual, where they need 3 sources, where it's all like he's pouring money into it, and thankfully he's got respect for it, because
as he should.
Yeah, because they're saying that news media is dying, but it's not. It's just because it's left or right propaganda, isn't it? And everyone's like, fuck this shit.
So he's cool.
Yeah,
Alan
he's a good
says
guy.
do it at 9:30 in the morning. If the funding was there, that this was what we did, we would do that.
Yeah, dude. As soon as we get to enough
We can't
supporters,
afford to do that.
Yeah.
I got, bills, families and shit.
yeah, we'd be doing epic 4-hour broadcasts during the day, out, in work hours, because we wouldn't be working. We'll get there eventually.
Maybe.
We'll add Tuesday. We're not far off adding Tuesday now. We just need a few more people to just sign up, and we'll be here every Tuesday.
9:30 is Richie's slot. He can move.
We'll sort Richie out.
You'll never be as fucking popular as me, you fucking bastard shit.
We should totally turn up at his at 9:30 whilst he's live. Is there? He's not got a window in his shot now. How great would it be, like photobombing his thing?
Just up at the window. We'd have to be on a fucking ladder or something.
Hayden Hewitt, you bastard!
What you fucking doing in there? Talking into a fucking microphone.
We should turn up one day. Start ringing the bell.
I'll have to get his new. I don't know where his new house is.
He'll give
I
us-
imagine that's why he moved, because I knew where his old house was. I would as well. All I did was say, I just really like your back garden. It's not my fault. It happened to be 3:30 in the morning and all my clothes had fallen off. People react very strangely to the most innocent of situations.
I know, yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. We'll be back. The next show will be... Well, the podcast will come out probably tomorrow, maybe, hopefully.
It's live on YouTube though to watch if you want to watch it.
It is on YouTube. It's just not gone up to where it should have gone up to because I didn't do it. And we've had a problem with that lately, haven't we? We've not been getting that right. Sunday, Graham's TW Sunday show at 12 p.m. on YouTube. Don't miss that because it's really good. And occasionally I'm in chat being intelligent and insightful and adding an extra layer of class. And the next show after that will be the live podcast on Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. UK time. And then before you know it, we'll be doing this again with the big show, 10 p.m. or maybe earlier next week. We've got to figure something out because I like the 90-minute thing. We can't be finishing at 11:30 because that means by the time we get out of here, it's 12:15. Then I'm getting home about 1, saying goodnight to the missus, and I've got to sit there wide awake for another hour and a half. And then I go to bed, and then 6 o'clock, everyone's like, time to get up! I'm not happy about that. Don't like it. Not keen. Not keen. Depressed myself now. You don't know how hard I work. You don't know how to try. Thankless. Thankless. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. See you later.